Hi guys, so I'm finally making another video um, about multiple sclerosis. And I realized in my first video I didn't even explain what MS was. So I want to do that first, and I'm going to start now. MS is a autoimmune disease. It's where our immune system attacks the nerves in our spinal cord, our brains, and our optic nerve, which is the nerves behind your eye. So I always hear people say, I know what MS is. It's a muscle disease. And I'm like, no, you don't know what it is then, because it's not a muscle disease. It is an autoimmune disease where our immune system is still normal. It still attacks like disease and foreign object, but it also attacks us too. It actually eats at the myelin around the nerve, which is like the protective coating for the nerve. So that is what MS is. Okay, in each video I make, I will be telling you about 3 of my MS symptoms. And the first one I want to discuss is the heat intolerance, which is like seriously crazy to me. Okay, with the heat intolerance, when I get too hot, I literally feel like I'm gonna die. I feel really nauseous, dizzy. I'll feel dehydrated, and you will feel really fatigued, like so fatigued that you are not even gonna wanna focus your eyes or like speak to people at all. I'm not joking. And it makes you feel so fatigued to the point where you can't walk. Like the things that will make me sick, like say for instance, if I wash my dishes and the dishwater is too hot, like that'll cause me not to be able to walk, which is just crazy to me. And if I take a really hot bath, that'll make me sick and I won't be able to walk. Well, I won't really be able to move any muscles, but I don't do these things anymore because now I know like what they will do to me. And so with the oh gosh, I almost dropped my phone. So with the heat intolerance, like one time before I knew I had MS, I took a really hot bath because my back, it hurts every single day. And so my mom's like, take a really hot bath and put some Epsom salt in it. Do you know that I cannot move none of my, like, none of the bottom part of my body, the part that was in the water? Like, I had to crawl out the tub, not even with my knees, though. I had to drag myself out the tub, like, with my upper body strength. Like, I drug myself to my bedroom, like, on just my arms. Like, I swear, like, I was like to my bedroom. So like it's crazy how he does that to you. But anywho, the um the National MS Society, they will give you a coolant vest, which is a vest with ice packs in it. Because when I go out, I'll usually carry ice packs so I can, make sure I can cool myself down if I get too hot. And the MS Society, I'm not sure if it was the MS Society or the MS Foundation, but one of them will give you a free air conditioner. I'm gonna go through my paperwork, and when I find the paperwork, I'll link it down below because they know what heat does to us. They know how heat makes us feel, so that's why they're willing to give you a free air conditioner of your choice. It's like I think they give you one like up to $350 or something. But anyway, the okay, the thing about the heat intolerance is so crazy. Like only the middle part of me will be really hot if I get hot. Like my feet and hands will be really cold, but my middle part is where I usually have to put ice packs. um but anyway, the other symptoms I wanted to talk about, I never hear people talk about the incontinence issues. Like, I don't know if it's because they're embarrassed to talk about it, but it's just an MS symptom. It's really nothing you can do about it. So I wanted to talk about the incontinent issues, which are issues controlling your bladder and bowel movements. So I want to let you guys know that I urinate maybe 15 to 25 times a day. It's like that because people with MS, we don't like completely empty our bladders. So you might drink a bottle of water and you pee one time and you think you peed it out, but now you'll probably like have to pee 3 more times to like get your bladder emptied, and it still won't even be emptied. So I have trouble like I pee on myself like at least 5 times a day. I think the longest I can hold it is like 40 seconds to 110 seconds. Like I cannot hold my urine at all. It just and it just I just pee and pee and pee and pee all day. When I say like the most I've peed in one day is like 25 times. So not only will you have trouble controlling your bladder movements, you'll have trouble controlling your bowel movements too. Like um I'm 30 years old. I've had MS for 4 years now. This month made 4 years. It's March, okay, which is multiple sclerosis awareness month too. But I've defecated on myself probably like 7 times in the last 4 years. So since I've got diagnosed, I probably defecated on myself. So like at least 7 times. And so I just I don't think everybody will have these symptoms. I think Google says like 70% of people have these symptoms, but I just wanted to explain it to you guys. Oh, and I have a catheter too. Like this is the only way people with MS can empty their bladders. Like we have to take a catheter and stick it into our urethra, and it comes lubricated too, luckily. And that's the one that's the only way we can empty our bladders with MS. And that's the reason why like I constantly urinate on myself, and I catch E. coli all the time. Like E. coli is just a UTI, and people with MS get that a lot because we don't empty our bladders. So I think I've counted E. coli like 8 times, which is a terrible UTI. Like E. coli, it smells like a dead body mixed with urine mixed with period blood. Like that's how bad E. coli smells. So like you have to straight calf if you have MS to avoid getting E. coli. Okay, I didn't want to make this video longer than 8 minutes, so those are the symptoms I wanted to go over: the heat intolerance and the the incontinence, and yeah, that's all. Okay.